Pendragon. We're starting the third Epoch. And this is going to be great fun. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So we have the Excidio Britanniae. And it's going to be the Ciuitatis. They're first on the next two cards. So, population -1 and 2 regions with non-federati settlements. Settlements are specific to barbarians. Let's go to this one. Yeah, I like that better. They're specific to barbarians. So they specify non-federati, meaning they're settlements that are actually in the barbarians' control. The negative, or the flip side one, population -1 and 3 regions with Saxon warbands. Only 1 refugees marker to available. Shift to military dominance. Wow. So that would be exciting. That could be actually kind of interesting since the Britain control is somewhat close to its victory marker and it's currently civilian dominance, but I don't think either of those are too exciting for Bonzo. So does Bonzo want to just pass and act on the next card? What's on the next card? Place Saxon Federati and Atrebates, 3 warbands, and if none there, 1 settlement. That's actually pretty cool for her, because she can use that to get control of Atrebates, which is right here. It's currently a place with no control, and it's worth 3 for her. Now the problem with that is Dougie here, he has a card, his like pivotal event would just let him remove all of those federati markers that would be on the warbands there, and then they would just become, no, that's only Saxon though. So let's see. Oh yeah, it has to be Saxon federati. So I don't think she's gonna want to do that. So I think she'll go ahead and act on this card. Better to just get her actions in first, I think. And she doesn't care too much. Well, she does actually. She doesn't want to shift to military dominance. I think she's got to do the command only. Yeah, she's got to pick that. Okay, so she's just going to get some money, or is she going to do some other stuff? Now, her march, can she move? March would kind of be what she would do if she's not going to, well, muster maybe. But she, so there's these Saxons here. Those would be pretty fun to go into there and try and take that back. But does she get to take the cavalry with her? Yeah. Yeah, so she can go in there with, we'll do 2 of those. And we'll say a couple cavalry go with her. Or maybe a cavalry and a federati. That should be good. In fact, I think she'll send in 3 militia. She'll march there. It's going to take her 2. Does she want to march anywhere else? It's kind of a silly use of this action, but she feels like she wants to get it set up. Maybe she could leave the cavalry. This is kind of the reverse of what you want to do. But because of the turn order, she could leave the cavalry guarding her places here and then go into Atrebates in order to later on set control with a muster action. Right? Yeah, it's too bad she doesn't have any comitates. Kind of wants to keep those militia there. That's kind of her only other option. That looks compelling. Kind of leave the Scotty alone for now. And yeah, this guy. Cornovia is not very well defended. There's just not enough people. It'd be nice if she could invite and get some more federati. Actually, speaking of federati, she's got a bunch up there. Now, can they march along the Yeah, militia can only move one space, but these federati here can move more. So what she can do is she can take... She doesn't really need to defend this fort too badly. I mean, it's worth 2, so she doesn't want to lose control there, but it's going to be less attractive for them to take the fort than it is to... She'll do 2 there. And it's going to be another 2 for moving to that space. And I think what she'll do, actually, is... Well, those moved from there, didn't they? I'm kind of just mumbling to myself. Hopefully that's really helpful to you. That's explaining a lot. Let's tilt that a little bit. Centralize it. Okay. I think she wants to keep at least 1 federati there. Where did the 3rd one go? Did I lose one somewhere? I thought I had 4 federati. Oh, no, the other one was the building. So she'll keep that there. And then does she want to move a militia in there? Just in case the federati go rogue? Yeah. I think she'll move 1 from here because there's 2 cavalry there. Can be loose with money. It's not that hard to get it back. Alright. So that's her action. Not the best action if you get first go, but she did get to shut out the event possibility. The Scotti are going to pass because they're going to get to go first on the next card. If they pass. The Scotti known as Doc. That brings us to the Saxons. They would get to go second on the next card. I think they might want to keep that. The only downside is they're going to have to face a battle if they don't do something right now. So what can they do to respond to this incursion on their territory? Because they only get a limited command. They can't raid in there. Yeah, there's really not much they can do without a feat. Now they could raid next to there. That might be kind of cool. I think they're just going to write it off. Though, what's their march like? Actually, I haven't thought about that. Once per command from one coastal region to another bordering the same sea and with no fort. So they could actually just move a bunch of guys over to Atrebates. That would be pretty cool. They don't want to leave their settlement undefended. I'm starting to see some options with the Saxons that I didn't see before. Because this is actually the furthest I've gotten in the game without it ending. So it shows our abilities here. Okay, we gotta talk to Dougie, because this is already getting tricky. Cab driver Dougie, to be on the Pro Bowlers Tour. Too forgiving in nature, drunken customers, this is pet peeve. Would like to meet Dan Quayle. Personal motto, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. He's most proud of his son and daughter. Reputation in high school is average. Handsome, aggressive, intelligent. Alright, so let's look again at the following cards event. And I apologize, people who are actually watching all of these, because you're hearing me read the same descriptions again and again, but I find it helpful for myself. So I figure I might as well read it all out loud since I'm doing it live. Maybe you also appreciate the review. Okay, it's one of those tribal war ones. Remove 2 prosperity each and 5 pieces total other than cavalry or forts from Debuni and Atrebates. That's not that exciting because there's nothing there. So I think, yeah, go ahead and do a limited command. Probably be a march command. Yeah, and you're aggressive. Let's keep the heat on Atrebates here. Chong. Or do you strike in a Cini and try to get that place for yourself? That's kind of interesting too. We're listening to The Passion of the Little Match Girl today. We're taking a break from Joe DeAgostino. We'll get back to him though. Let's go big with the Atrebates, even though you don't have like the... but you're sitting next to a bunch of cavalry. And this is like a big contingent. I think you're a lot safer in Iceni. Let's take that. We'll take over there. So then he can do a battle and maybe take out both the hill fort here and the town here, and then start some settlement up. Okay, good. Next, it's going to be the Scotty on the Aquae Sulis card. They're first on the next card, so they could pass and shut it out and let the Dukes just go ahead and have the full thing. Place one Scotty settlement and all Scotty ward bands in Demete with corresponding Ciuitatis pieces. Yeah, you don't want to let that. Yeah, I think the Doc's going to have to pass. Which is good, because it's getting his renown up. He needs to have renown 4, or renown 45, and 4 settlements on the map. He's already got 2 settlements, so, and his renown is currently 42. So he's getting pretty close. He's close. Bonzo is close. And Dougie's pretty close too. He just needs 2 more renown, actually. I think he needs 30. Yeah, and 4 settlements. He has the 4 settlements. The one's probably going to go away now. Alright, so no reason Sarge shouldn't take the command plus feet. Yeah, that's better than placing some Federati down. So he probably just wants to straight up battle, right? Battle, and he's got a special thing he can do with it. Retaliate. Because he's not really going to be able to intercept. Well, he could actually intercept to here. Taisini. Oh, but it's got a raiders, and there's no raiders there. Okay, so he's going to battle here. They can... I don't know if they can have any special rolls. They might be able to ambush on a 6. No, they only get stuff in home terrain, and they're not in home terrain. Alright, so it's going to be straight up battle. They get to attack and take out one of them first, before they even get to retaliate. Wait, do they get a withdraw first, though? That actually matters, because they probably would just withdraw. Yeah, they do get a withdraw first, but the settlement can hold them both. So they're all going to hold up in the settlement here. And escalated defense is only 1/2, so they can take out, I guess, a red Federati. Because there's no garrison units in a settlement. Settlements are really poor strongholds in this game. And then we'll go ahead and do the field battle. Or the storm, sorry. Field battle didn't happen. And all units do 1 loss each. So we'll just go boom, boom. And I think the militia will consent to go. And the settlement's going down. That's going to take Dougie a good step back in his goal. And it also takes him back in his secondary goal. He could have Saxon control exceed 10 is his other goal, which wouldn't matter what his renown's at in that case. All right, now let's see what the spoils are here. They didn't lose fewer pieces than the other side. It was the same. Each fort before fragmentation town destroyed. Each stronghold destroyed. Attacker places 2 plunder on their people. And then if Dukes gain +1 prestige, and they might get more because of the special feat that was added. Retaliate, I've never actually used it. Add 3 prestige. And reduce that enemy's renown or wealth by 5. So it goes up to 4 prestige. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a big setback for Dougie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. And a good boost for Sarge. Should be a boost for Sarge because it is his turn, correct? Yes. Either distribute half for sure. I think that's it. Right? That's it. Okay. So that's going to be it for the card. Cycle back around again. Can you see that? I guess you can't really... So up here, this is the eligible factions. They have whoever gets to go first, which is determined by the colors atop the card, decides if they go first, second, or third, which track they go on. And then the next person who gets to act, they can also pass, has to do the second one, or they can pass. So like if someone picks this one, they have to do the second one. I'm going to do down here because you can't see that. If someone picks this one, then the second faction has to do that one. I apologize, my camera is not covering everything. I can't really fix that right now. So like, no one's complained yet. Everyone's satisfied with how the stream's going. All right. Ufid? I think it's Ufid. I'm not native to this language, and I also it's got stylistically written letters, so it's kind of hard to read exactly what that says, but I'm interpreting that to be an O and then followed by a U. So we have the shared culture thing where they could replace them all, or Doc could just add 4 warbands and settlement here, which is pretty good. Rather than mess with anything else, kind of just get the stronghold going. I think I'll go ahead and take that. Ooh, but the next one too. It's first on the next card, but I think he really wants to take this event and get another settlement down. Now he's really close. He just needs 3 more renown and 1 more settlement. That he could do that in 2 full commands if he's lucky. So I think he might be the next target for everyone else. All right, Siwatatis, they get the full command plus feat. That's what they would like, so it's going to work well for them. Probably do a muster plus rule, I'm thinking. Or maybe a muster plus invite. Place 1 militia per town in hill fort plus... There's no towns or hill forts, but they want to place some towns or hill forts. Replace 1 militia with a hill fort. And or pay 2 more wealth to replace either 2 militia or 1... Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay. So we're going to replace this militia here with a hill fort. And that immediately gives her control back of Atrabates. Which bumps up her Britain control by 3. It's pretty big. But it's just held by a couple Federati. And they could turn. Remember that. The Federati, the barbarians who are working for her, could turn back to the barbarian side. Did I pay for that? I think I did. Now she could pay 2 more wealth to turn it into a town. But she doesn't even have the stuff, so she's not going to do that. And then here, so she'll lose this plunder if she does the same thing there, but then she gets Dobuni back, so I think she's going to go ahead and do that. Get another hill fort down there. More control. And she is in the victory zone. Very tenuously, though. You can see these 2 regions aren't very well defended, and she's kind of left a lot of other regions open. This region is in a bad way. Now, she probably wants to go ahead and muster and get these other folks down on the board. She can't put them down here, these other militia, but she can put them nearby to protect it, and anywhere else that needs protecting. She's looking at high population zones, really. So this one, place 1 militia per town plus if Britain control 1 per population. She could do it all in here. No, she could do 5 of them in there. That's good use of funds. There's 2 resources. And then where to put these other 2? I think Konovi here. Though if she placed him here, that would free up the cavalry, wouldn't it? To move around a little more. Not that she necessarily wants that, but she could use their help. Yeah. So she'll spend another 2 there. Okay, now does she want to rule or invite with that? Anyone have any suggestions? Does she want to rule or invite? Rule lets her transfer plunder to wealth. She doesn't have the plunder. She got rid of it. Or she can convert 2 British resources into 1 wealth per space. Now that could be important because the Duke's prestige is getting within switching range where it would switch to their political dominance. And if that happens, then she can't win. So that might be what she needs to do. Even though there's pay 5 resources. And yeah. I think that's maybe what she needs to do. Let's take a look what's happening here with our music. Unable to skip because there are no songs to skip. Oh, did we go through all the songs? I didn't ask it to skip. I don't know why it would skip. Let's see if we can just play it again. It's having a problem. Oh, you know what? I think someone's using the thing upstairs, the Spotify upstairs. Let's go ahead and just do it from here. It'll be simpler. Should work. Yeah, that works. Yeah, so I think she kind of needs to do that. Though it's a while still before the next epoch, right? Because we just pulled one. We're not too deep into this. Maybe she'll go ahead and invite just to help hold things down. Although that's dangerous. She's going to invite... Oh, no, she doesn't want to invite the Scotty. She doesn't want to invite either of them because that puts them both in victory rate. She's got to do the rule. Okay, so she's going to go ahead and rule. 2 British resources in 3 of the spaces with British control, provided there are no dukes there. Nope, doesn't matter if there's dukes there or not. Okay. So, actually her wealth's way up there. I don't know what I'm thinking. Alright, so we're going to go down 6 anyway. Just to kind of seal the deal. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be good for her. Alright, we're going to put up the waiting screen because I got to go check on a couple things before I come back. So let's go ahead and do that because we are all waiting now.
could not fight. And the boy seized upon the other, ran away with it, saying that he could use it as a cradle when he had children of his own. So the little girl went on with her little naked feet, which were quite red and blue with the cold. So the little girl went on with her little naked feet, which were quite red and blue with the cold. So the little girl went on.
All right, we've returned, and we're at Mariners by the Sea. Now, this one gives the Dukes a capability. Once each Dukes march or interrupt, they can move from one coastal space to another, kind of like what the Saxons do. And maybe the Scotty, too. Actually, I haven't looked at their march either. Yep, the Scotty can do the same thing. But the Dukes are not restricted by enemy settlements or strongholds of any sort. Whereas the Scotty and the Saxons are restricted by forts, because forts are really strong. Forts are the red ones. Those are the Dukes' strongholds. They are overall the best. The towns do some special things for the Civitate, so they're nice too, but the rest are kind of piddly. I don't know that Sarge wants to do that. What would he do if he didn't do that? He's got some problems, actually. Okay, so he's in an interesting place. Right now, the Civitates are going to win if an Epoch card comes up. Now, that's going to be a while. So he has some time to do something about that. But he also is looking at the Scotty and the Saxons also being very close to win. So it kind of seems like... Oh gosh, I totally forgot that all of these guys are in England here. We have our dragon pen over here. So that's good. He has some more resources. So does he just focus on getting himself further up and trying to harm the others and kind of strategically not helping... Yeah. Strategically not help the Civitates maintain control while still protecting the prosperity. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic between the Civitates and the Dukes. The Dukes want to maintain prosperity, which is these gold cubes here. The Civitates just want to have control. The problem is part of the way they lose control gets rid of prosperity usually, because it's through the barbarians' actions, who kind of want both. They want both control and prosperity, which they use to get renown. Luckily for him, they're kind of probably more centered on control than renown, because they're both pretty close to where they need to be renown-wise. They just want to have settlements down. So he could just keep hammering on them. I don't know. He has other ways to get prestige. Maybe he needs to look at those, because prestige is one way you can for sure bring things back up. Yeah, you can get prestige by building towns. So build is a good thing, which also helps them maintain control. But if he does it in places where control is already kind of a sure thing, he's okay. And then he can add prosperity with train. So if he does a train plus build, or he could just do a train, because the negative effect on here for him makes it so one of the seas is not patrolled at all. Oh, no, it just switches them, but it also lets the barbarians free raid once. I don't think he's going to worry too much about that. I think he's going to just do the full command plus feat. And doesn't have any cavalry to put down. Fort. Okay. So he needs fort or cavalry to add prosperity equal to population. Now he would preferably want to do it in a place that has no prosperity at all. The only place like that is Atrabatis. Unfortunately, he can't add prosperity there. So maybe train isn't so exciting. Yeah, there's not really a good spot for him to train, because he's probably not going to win this epoch, right? His victory marker's way back here, though, that's actually not that far. And training, well, he doesn't have any pieces here. Where does he have pieces where he could actually do it? Here, his pieces here, and his pieces here, but there's not a lot of money either. Ciutatti's kind of left him with nothing to work with. Maybe he does just want to take the event and not sweat it, because then at least he has a capability. 3 resources per space, so he can only do it in 1 space. And the build also costs 3 resources, so he really can't even do that. He has to just take the event and get Mariners by the Sea. Not great. You kind of put him in a rough spot there, Bonzo. Pretty clever of you. I didn't even notice you were planning to do that, and you did it, and it worked. All right. Can't fault you for that. Lots of respect to you, Bonzo. I think you're a very good player, and I'm impressed with your abilities. Okay, so Dougie is sitting here. He's got a command plus feat, full command plus feat. What's he going to do with it? He needs to get a settlement on the map, and he needs to get 7 more reputation. Now, he set himself up for a battle this turn, right? To kind of take out the British influence in Iceni and this Kantiashi. Again, forgive my pronunciation. I'm not going to... I have enough balls I'm juggling. I'm not going to stop and learn how to pronounce everything. I am going to fix this duct tape camera, though. Yeah. See how long the adhesive holds. All right. So he can battle plus... What can he add to battle? He could ravage. He doesn't want to ravage. He's holding this territory. He doesn't want to ravage it. So he can shield wall. That's not going to really matter either. Maybe he doesn't want to waste this opportunity since none of the feats are compelling. Maybe he wants to get some raids going and mess with other stuff with that. And then later on do the battle? I mean, he's got a solid gun to the Ciutatti's head. There's not going to be a lot that Bonzo can do to avoid him taking down this fort and losing the control, which would drop the control down 1, which would make it so she couldn't win. And I think we're still early enough in the... I call it an epoch. I don't know what they call it in this game. In previous coin games, it was a campaign in between the propaganda rounds. In this game, it has epoch rounds, so I figure it's like an epoch between the epochs. Or the epoch card is this is the end of an epoch and the beginning of a new epoch. Yeah, so let's do some raiding. Let's raid. But where? Where do you want to raid? This place is really well guarded. Londinium is very well guarded. So you're probably not going to raid from your... there's nothing here to raid. You're not going to raid from your base. Sorry, I'm just scanning the map to see if there's a good place that he could raid to from the ocean. The oceans he has access to. Up here is actually kind of nice. Even though that's kind of naturally Scotty territory. No, he can't raid there. Britannicus or Germanicus. I don't know why I thought he could there. Oh, because the Scotty can, that's why. At one point I thought the Scotty couldn't, but then I read the information that was provided to me, and I was like, oh, yeah, they actually can. They could actually raid here. That'd be pretty good. Alright, let's mark that. And might as well raid here because they could maybe evade any counterattack. This is one of my favorite songs in this passion, I guess you want to call it. Or favorite movements? Are they called movements or songs in this context? I don't think they're songs. I think songs have a different meaning in classical music. Where else can we poke them? And we don't want to use a lot of renown, actually. That's the problem. We kind of want to do big moves, right? Oh, but you know what? Since we're raiding, we do have the opportunity to deep raid. And why not deep raid back here? I like that. I like that. So we'll pay for that one. We'll pay full for that one. We'll pay not full for this one. We'll use the white for... They're only paying 1. We'll pay full for this one. I think that's enough. Okay, because you're paying 5 already, and you're trying to get your renown up, not down. 23 to 18. All right, let's start with the weak sauce and move our way to stronger stuff. 4. That's good, but we're minusing 2. So that's like as best as you can hope for, right? All right. And let's pay for. Make sure we pay for it. We're going big stuff there. So it's going to cost 2. Roll all 3. That's going to be 5, 8. Less 2, so 6. Alright. That off to show that it's done. And here's our last one. Now here what they're really hoping is to just get a lot of raiders down so that they can establish a new settlement there. Since it seems like kind of a weak spot. They could maybe do a coup de main. I'll have to look at what the chances are of that. It's not as good to try to do it here because the coup de main actually works better if the building's bigger, if the stronghold's bigger, and it's not bigger here. Hill forts are pretty small compared to a town. That's why it goes off of capacity versus escalade defense or anything like that. All right, first let's take the prosperity off the map. We're losing 6 prosperity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll go ahead and see what our coup de main chances are. The capacity of a hill fort is 2. So it's 2. May as well try, right? Let's try it. Got it. Okay. So this poor cavalry does not actually want this fight. Doesn't care, but he's going to have to take it. He goes to casualties. I guess they could keep this. And hill fort's gone. And we get 2 plunder from off map. Okay. If executing faction kills enemies with plunder, it may either distribute half, round down. Oh, so they would only get half, so they don't get to keep that prosperity. I think they will go ahead and just get rid of it. They don't care. Dougie doesn't care about that. Oh, they just get a renown. That's all. That's pretty good. We prefer that. All right, that actually ended up being a nice turn for Dougie. Things went well, and we like that while we're Dougie. Okay. New go around. Head's a little slow today. Not my favorite of days. yesterday. But happy to be playing this game. I think if we're ever going to finish games, we have to play even when our head's a little slow, right? I might feel inclined to take breaks more often, however. Wealth plus 10, that's pretty good. That's the event on this card, Monasteries. The wealth of the riches of the monks will just bump up your wealth by 10. That would firmly put the political dominance in the Ciutatati's hands. Oh, we have to adjust control, speaking of the Ciutatati's. Now they're no longer in the victory margins. Saxons took them out. The other one just minus his population. Now it's the Scotties' turn. They're first on the next card. They may be tempted just to pass on this one because there's some capabilities there. Reduce Scotty raids by negative raider each space after patrol. By minus raider? I guess one raider? That's what they mean. I can look at the playbook for clarification on that. It's just subtraction sign raider. That might be a typo. Oh, this is a good one, actually. So this is the Neo Noigialash. I'll see if you can pronounce it, because I certainly can't. Neil... Can you pronounce that? I'm sure there's someone who can pronounce that. I feel challenged. Maybe I should challenge myself to pronounce that. Let's do that. Let's look at the pronunciation guide. Here we go. We don't always have to rush through it. Sometimes we can pause to pronounce, correct? Alright, we're looking at... Oh, there's even, this is one of the examples. So apparently it's Welsh. Nihal Noigui Yalak. Nihal Noigui Yalak. Nihal Noigui Nalak. Nihal Noigui Nalak. Nihal Noigui Nalak. Have to make it flow. Nihal Noigui na Yalak. Okay. Nihal Noigui Nihal Noigui Yalak. There's a little like apostrophe by the H in lock. I don't know what that how I'm supposed to. I guess I could read the directions. I'm not going to. Nihal Noigui Yalak. 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 Alright, so Doc's going to want to pass for that one. That's a nice one. What it does is it opens up this as like a extra like little pocket where they can raid to. And then whatever raiders are there, they can always just put into any other raid, which is really useful for the Scotty because the Scotty only ever get a maximum of 2d4 on their raids if they pay money. So to have that little holding tank really gives them a lot more options. And so Doc is going to hold off to take that, even though he is losing some valuable time to do so, and he's close to winning. Figures that's just what the doctor ordered. All right, let's go on to the Ciutatati's. They can just bump up their wealth by 10, and that seems pretty sweet. Though they probably also... This is a Federati. Okay. They probably also want to buff up their hold on Atrebates. Bonzo. I say they, it's Bonzo. How can you do that, though? You don't want to invite people there. Oh, you can march in. It's kind of a boring move. Could march plus invite, but then that's trouble. You just don't have the forces to march in there. You kind of just gotta hope the Federati are gonna hold. Take this marker off. Dougie's not going to use that option unless he has no other choice. You don't want to burn through your pivotal event. You only get it once per game. You just don't have enough people. That's like one of the interesting tensions about with the
Britons in this game is they have so much ground to cover in order to be successful. So much ground to defend. But they don't have enough. So they want to turn to the Federati. They want to get some barbarians on their side to help them defend their territory. But then those could just turn on them. They could be like actually creating units for the other side and spending their turn to do it. It's really tough. Really tough choice. There's so many tough choices in this game. So that's why it's just easier to just take 10 wealth. Why not? Boom. 29. Alright, let's turn up the next card. Yal Nui Gui Yalak. Man, a third Scotty card in a row. In a row, Barbarians. Scotty placed one settlement and 2 warbands at one vacant hill fort site in Oceanus. Huh. So that's another one that would give him a free settlement, but I think he's got to go with the Niel Nui Gui Yalak event. Just get that down. Let the Saxons and the Dukes duke it out. Yeah. Alright, so now it's going to be the Saxons' turn. They would be first on the next card, but I think they're going to want to have to act right now, because otherwise they're going to get intercepted hard by the Dukes. So if they pass in order to act first on the next card, they are going to be slammed by some intercept action. So what do they want to do? They want to return, get that treasure, that plunder home, which is good because they put in a lot of resources to get this plunder. So I think they're going to go for return plus settle, and they'll settle here. We'll mark that. We'll just return the others. So they're basically just paying for themselves to go there in the first place because he spent 2 to do it. But that's all right. They also cut down the Duke's chances of success in the process. And here they actually got a little bit extra. So they ended up with 2 extra. So since we're going to settle, we're going to keep those pieces there, but we're going to keep track of this 4, which is actually kind of lucky. So he only ended up with 2 more than he spent to get only 2 more profit, and the chances that he was going to be able to take any of that home were not great. So that was a lot of risk for very little reward, unless he can get a good foothold here. So if you recall, he got pretty lucky with that 2 roll. So we're gonna roll 4 times on 2 dice, and anything that's 4 or higher puts down a warband. 1. These raiders are going away. I'll just move them now, I guess. None. 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 Oh, that's crummy, Dougie. Sorry, bud. At least you got 1 there. 1 little lonely warband. Alright, you're ready to do something on your next go around. Probably do some battling. Okay. I'm going to be right back.
She tried to warm herself, said some. No one imagined what beautiful things she had seen, nor into what glory she had entered with her grandmother on New Year's Day. No one imagined what beautiful things she had seen, nor into what glory she had entered.
Alright, we're back. We're on Barbarian card. No barbarians get to act on this card, however. So this one is pretty bad for Dougie. So they can remove 5 Saxon pieces from a Saxon-controlled region. There's only one Saxon-controlled region, so that'd be 5 of these warbands here as a secondary thing. What's the next card? Rising Seas. Britain free intercepts with dukes or battles now until Epoch. Reduce Saxon raids by -2 raiders each space. Or until Epoch, Saxon raids place 2 extra raiders each target space. Saxons free raid now. That's pretty good. So that's the next card. No one's going to want to pass in favor of doing that card because the Saxons are first and they're going to get to act first anyway. Though maybe the second person, that might be an incentive for the second person on this card who is going to be the dukes to pass instead of do the event. The event just removes 5 Saxon warbands, and that doesn't really concern the dukes right now. They're maintaining the prosperity in the region, so there's no reason to worry about them so much. The dukes don't really seem to care that much about warbands running around, because warbands just affect control. It's the raiders they care about, right? Which is kind of something I'm realizing now, unless I'm wrong, and then it's something that I'm misunderstanding now. Right? Okay. So the Siwatatis, they might want to take the event, but they see room to come back and get some control. They need that control. Dabuni. Alright, what can we couple with March? Ooh, we could do a March plus invite. Oh, you have to have Britain control to invite. Never mind. And your wealth is fine, so rule is not that compelling. Bonzo's kind of tempted to remove 5 of these warbands here. Does she want to do that? Or her other option is to march in and try and take this. Does she just kind of leave this? And if she removes these 5, that's really going to make this place a lot more vulnerable for retaking. I think she's going to take the event. Because otherwise she's just going to march into Dabuni, which would just kind of make this area weaker. She can march into Dabuni later. This is the only time she can do this event, and they both seem kind of equally good in a way. So why not take the freebie? It only gives the dukes action plus feet. That doesn't bother her. Why is that a problem? It's not. They don't have any money to do anything. She left them without any resources. 5 resources. And Sarge could requisition and just take all that money for himself. But then he wouldn't be able to do anything else. I think he's going to just go ahead and pass. Get some money back. 1, 2, 3. And I'll be on the next card. Rising Seas. Followed by Uther. Ooh, it shifts to military dominance. That would be very good for him. But it would just shift back again, so it wouldn't matter, right? because it shifts back before victory is tallied. So I don't think that's that exciting, actually. Ooh. All right, so Rising Seas. I think given what happened before, it's less exciting for Dougie to battle right now. He was going to battle, take out this town, and take out this hill fort. But he doesn't have the warlords to do it. And he no longer has control here. So that actually makes this Rising Seas really interesting. Because he gets to place 2 extra raiders per target space. And he doesn't have control there anymore. So he can get a bunch of raiders back in here, which is awesome. Yeah, free raid. Now I want to look at if free raid means more than 1 space. I assume it does, but I don't know. So let's find out. Probably be under events, feats, events. Place pieces that are not available. Free actions. Many events allow the executing of other factions' immediate commands or feats that interrupt that usual sequence and are free. They may be executed to their full extent at no cost in resources or renown, and do not further affect eligibility. Other aspects such as location requirements remain unless modified by event's text. Free feats that modify accompanying commands such as surprise may only be executed. Alright. I think it's multiple spaces, which is great. So we're going to full on go right here. Gosh, you could just do it anywhere and you get 2 extra raiders. This is so great. Do it. Unfortunately, the Dukes are going to get to intercept right away. But you can get just so many people, that's not going to matter. Oh, you can't go there because you can't do a deep raid. There's no feat accompanying this, that's the problem. But you can just bug them in so many places, and they don't have that much money to deal with it, since it's all free. Just spread the love around, right? Might be cool to do it here just because you might be able to return and get a settlement down there. Do there. We're not limited by pawns. We're just going to go everywhere we can go. We're going to go in Londinium, even though there's some dukes there. We'll probably not be able to... We're going to run out of raiders is what's going to happen. You can do... We'll just go everywhere we can go. Right. It's a little absurd. This one's important to us, just to get the raiders in there. Alright, prepare for some dice rolling. Let's start at the top, I suppose. That's going to be 10. Already way too many. We're going to take from there later. 5. 9. 10. Ah! When I say take from there, I mean, if you don't have enough of a piece, you in your available pieces, you can take it from elsewhere. Come back. Go this way. There, now you can see some more stuff that you couldn't see before. 7. Yeah, we're totally going to run out. I'm just going with the face value here, because we'd be subtracting 2 from the forts, but we're adding 2 from this rising seas. It's 9. We've already run out. I'll take them from the top here. 8, 9. Just get a big cloud there. 7. See, now we have to take from everywhere else. I kind of want to keep the ones here because they actually are effectively defending the prosperity those are keeping. Kind of like keep them everywhere, actually. We can take some from here. These are actually not that necessary. In fact, I think they can only intercept where there are raiders, so why not just get them all out of here? Probably shouldn't have put them there in the first place. Londinium. That's 10. Jam and a criminal. Actually, that's 12, because we got to add 2 to that. So many raiders. I don't know how you can deal with it. You have to take the prosperity off of this. Sheer number of Saxons willing to come into Britain just for the possibility of treasure. We're going to take them from here because they have the fens in their favor, so maybe they can just hide. So we need more in Londinium to kind of hold our treasure. We got an yeah, we'll take them from where there's an evasion chance and put them in other places. That's a good policy we'll use. And I think we can fit them without having to use the dragon holding pen there. Alright, this one's actually important. We want a lot of folks here. Oh, not so good. 7, but we get to add 2, so that's 9. Again, we'll take from here. I don't think raiders count for control. We'll stick with that many. No, we won't. We're going to go full in, all 7 there. I mean, this is really just going to be like prestige food for the dukes. The problem is the dukes don't have enough money to really cover everything. So just by getting like lots of little raids spread out, they're not going to be able to get them all. Oh, and they actually do get some plunder here. Alright, and that's 7. We'll go ahead and take 1 from here. 1 from here. That's all we'll do there. We're not going to get enough people there. There's so many dukes there. Alright. And then Atrebates. That's one where we want a lot. And we got 9. Where do we take them from? We take them from Parisi. We essentially want this one to be full. We want the full complement. So we'll take them from anywhere we can. So their main purpose is going to be to try to settle there. Oh, they can't settle there. No, we're just going to have the 2. Right down here. Oh no, I was doing Atrebates. You don't get anything for that. Yeah, we want y'all here. We want y'all here because you can settle there. Ah, raiders going berserk. There's too many. That's 11. go ahead and let these raiders go away. I guess they just drop this and they go away. In fact, I don't need to roll anymore because it's going to end up like this. I don't need to be so process-minded. It's going to end up like this because we're going to get at least one raider in each place. Just like that. And then I guess this one will still be here. No, it won't. It will be here. Alright, so how much prosperity did we take from the land? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, but we had a couple more that we dropped, so 15. That's huge. Takes it down to 41. I think we might get to fragmentation here soon. 45. I think the Passion of the Little Match Girl is over, so we might stop after this card, I think. Yeah, because that's the last song there, isn't it? That wasn't even part of the Passion of the Little Match Girl. That was just an extra song. So we'll listen to these little extra songs that are on the same disc as the Passion of the Little Match Girl. But when this card is done, we'll end and begin again at Uther. Alright, so I think the Dukes are okay with just passing here. Then they'll have some more money to do their intercept later. Then the Scotty are going to do a command plus feat and cause some more problems. Things are really, really falling apart on in Britain. I would be shocked. It's possible. It's gonna be tense heading towards the epoch here. I'd be shocked if we go beyond this epoch though. So it just seems like so many people are so close, except for the Dukes. They're kind of starting to feel like the like Batista in Cuba Libre to me right now. They start off very strong, but then they're just kind of like, they're still strong, and they don't have the thing where like things start to just cost more for them to do anything as the game goes on, which is really can be really hard on someone's spirit. A friend of mine got totally crushed, like emotionally crushed playing this game because it ended up being like a full game of Cuba Libre, and he just like got so he couldn't do anything, and because I told everyone right off the bat, okay, we got to stop him now or we're not going to get a chance, and everyone just kind of took that really to heart and just kind of stomped him down, and he just never got back up. And it gets harder and harder to get back up as that game goes on because things get so expensive. All right, you're looking for probably a raid plus ransom is what you want to do. You just need a little bit of renown. The ransom could get you there. And aside from here, which you should use, you'll pay full for that one. It's going to be 5, just to kind of give you a little extra raiders you can splash in. Like that. And then the rest, just do it free. Just do it free and get the ransoms in and not have to pay a dime. And possibly get some money back and then get over the line. Do a return later, get another settlement down, and you're golden, right, Doc? I mean, it seems like a pretty clear path. Let's do it. We're gonna basically go wherever you're eligible. Put 1 there. That's all you need. We might splash in some more there to help protect that guy, but it's not gonna probably matter too much. 2 more. Just be really annoying. Let's just make life really terrible for our guy. 1. We'll splash in 1 there to take another. Plunder. Britain's got nothing left. Why not? Okay. I guess you can go up here too. And then Parisi is going to be our last one. Two. And then we got to roll all those ransoms. That's everyone. You got all his raiders out perfectly. No waste. Just perfect raider rolling. Alright, now does he want to splash any more in from... I forgot how to pronounce it. I haven't been practicing. Shoot. Alright, we're not going to worry about it. Let's put him in here just to be annoying. Because even if... So those cavalry, they're going to be able to take out all these raiders, but they're not going to be able to get the ones with the treasure. And if they don't do that, then this one's going to have a lot of people there, so that when he does the return action, he can get a good settlement chance in, which is good. All right. How much prosperity do we take off the map? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Total prosperity is now down to 35, 25. Ouch! 35, 34. Man, the prosperity plus prestige is down to the same level as British control. All right, now we got to roll for taking the money. This is really going to hurt. So we're actually going to do it by 2s with 2 dice just to make it go faster. 5s and 6s take the money. That's 1. None. I did those 2. Let's do these 2. Another one. This is also going to make it much harder for the Dukes to counterattack because they don't have any funds. Nothing. And finally, nothing. Didn't quite get to his goal of 45 there. I think that's a nice place to stop. We're at a moment of like high tension. Britain is totally getting sacked and ransacked, and there's not much left. But still, the civilian government is kind of profiting from it. If they can just get a little bit more control, Bonzo takes the game. If the Scotty get another settlement down, they creeped up fast. Remember, not too long ago, they were kind of at the bottom rung. They could win. The Saxons are a little worse for the wear right now. They're still doing very well, though. Oh, they had another raider. I'll just plop this. I'll put it here. Yeah, I'll put it there. Yeah, that's a good spot. All right. And that'll do it. I hope you enjoyed the Passionate Little Match Girl. I hope you're enjoying Pendragon. Let me know if you have any suggestions, and I will talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.